What has 2020 taught you? Don't put shit you want to do off. You never know when some giant global event will completely fuck up all your plans. When you think it can't get worse, it definitely can. If zombies do appear, humans will probably kill you first. It's legitimately healthy to disconnect from news and media. We are not wired to feel horrible all the time. Even when bad things are happening, we don't have to constantly feel angry or sad about it. It's more humane to find moments of peace and good things worth striving for than to exist in an unending paralysis of sympathy and guilt. Edit. If you're taking time to disconnect from tragic news and rage-mongering, put some of that energy you save towards taking care of your own community. Take good care of yourselves and do something good for others too. I learned that not a lot of people wash their hands regularly. That there are more stupid people than I thought. Even the smallest things could fuck us all. It can happen to you. I had a tumor and had COVID a few months after surgery for removal of my tumor in my parotid gland. I never thought either of those things would happen to me, a young healthy person. But they did. I survived and I am grateful for every day. My friendships cannot survive a pandemic. Even 30-year ones. My job can absolutely be done from home, and honestly, I work harder and more efficiently like this anyway. People are selfish AF. Video games are fun, but not when it's the only thing you can do. The thing I learned that is most beneficial to me, was certainly to be patient. At the start of the year, I wanted everything ASAP. I thought COVID would be done in months. Now the idea of waiting a year, or even 3 is not that terrible anymore. It has given me a lot of peace. I feel less stressed about everything. I still got at least 30 years to live, maybe as much as 60, I have enough time for whatever I want to do. I will still have enough time in a decade. It's one massive group project. I know I'm doing my part right, but the rest of the group is messing it up for me. People are awful and I was right to always be introverted and cautious. We can't have nice things. Remember how hyped we were for 4/20th the month? Yeah, me neither. How to bake amazing sourdough bread and pastry at home. And cooking in general, which I never took interest in before. The YouTube cooking community is absolutely amazing. Check out Alex the French Guy, Joshua Weissman, Binging with Babish, and Bread by Joyride Coffee. That having no outs to depression sucks. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. We're all in this together, unfortunately. Just getting by isn't living. Nothing can prepare you for the harshness of our society. If you want to be successful and live, you have to take your life into your own hands and make things happen. I realized a sizable chunk of America could be talked into supporting a genocide if enough articles supporting it showed up on their FB feed. Let me never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Sadly, I feel like this is the most relevant this quote has ever been. People conflating science and societal care with tyranny and violation of rights. Taught me the red flags of a mentally abusive relationship and that you will never be able to change that person. That my teachers can't use computers. Seriously, how hard can it be to send an email with exercises? People are fucking stupid. Being serious here, hope that's okay. That I don't need to shop. My son and I don't need to go out every weekend and buy new things. We are perfectly capable with what we have. In fact, we pared down what we had. Money in the bank. Soon as this passes over, if we're going to Disney. Authoritarianism is never that far away in any place. People are too willing to forego critical thinking and will readily buy the bullshit. It taught me that my so is definitely the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Nothing like a global pandemic and shelter-in-place order to rapidly progress a new relationship, depression, and how to realize you have it. That huge swaths of our society lack even the most basic critical thinking skills. Sorry, but if you outright deny facts and empirical evidence to believe in something comfortable to you, you aren't some woke up great thinker above all the sheep. You're a fucking moron and huge drain on the rest of us. That stupidity can spread. I love being a dad. Being a stay-at-home dad is fucking awesome. The roles were always reversed until now, and I felt like I was missing so much of my kids' lives providing for them. Going from breadwinner to Mr. Mom obviously took some adjustments, but I feel like I know my boys better than ever. Helping them doing their online kindergarten classes and teaching my youngest to walk along with another long list of memories has changed my view on fatherhood and taught me so much. Some people would rather be right than be good. Cancer is a bitch. That I'm a raging homosexual. Never let the Pope slap a woman on January 1 St. That I need to focus on my art more. 1. Even if you think you are in control of the things in your life, you really aren't. 2. Sometimes the things you want and work hard for aren't what you thought they would be. 3. The most important things in life are the intangible ones: good relationships, mental well-being. 4. We could all stand to be a little nicer to each other. 5. It's okay to not be okay. No information is good information anymore. People always know better. We doubt doctors, scientists, evidence, willingness to cooperate. I've learned that I'm ready for retirement. The lifestyle of doing nothing all day and getting paid for the privilege suits me well. It's a shame I have 31 more years until I actually can retire though. Nothing is a given. That the more uneducated people are, the more assertive and vocal they are regarding something they don't have any clue about. We can aspire to do better, but as of right now we're fucked. Even in a terrible year, good things can happen. It taught me that if a year is bad enough, there will always be questions like, what has this year taught you? It can always get worse. Cheese crackers and cheese balls aren't a good combination. I can jack off like 4 times a day and still get a more productive work day in than if I was at the office. That aside from needing to, I really don't have any great desire to go outside. Also, apparently any day I don't need to put a bra on is a good day. Working in an office is really not necessary for many people. I already believed that having single-payer healthcare in the US was necessary, but now I'm just astounded how fucking dense our leadership is. Not to mention how dense the population is. Everyone deserves a living wage. I don't care how easy their job is. Again, I've felt this way for a while, but now it is even more true. I don't understand why everyone isn't on team tax the fucking rich. It is patently obvious that there are no consequences for rich people and that the overwhelming majority of US leadership does not care about their constituents at all. Only corporate donors. I did not know it was possible for me to loathe human beings as much as I loathe Trump and his cronies and supporters. We are absolutely fucked as a species. There are a much larger number of brainwashed, toxic, racist, and / religious assholes in this country than I ever suspected, and I'm beginning to think religion is at the core of it. I don't know how we can get it through people's heads that believing in a deity doesn't make you better than anyone else or give you any authority to control them. And of course these people go on and on about the First Amendment, thinking it only applies to them and not the people who think they are full of shit. That there is a huge percentage of this country that is fucking stupid as hell. That a huge percentage of Americans are selfish and have little to no empathy for their fellow man. I learned that you can still lose faith in humanity even if you had none to begin with. I am right about thinking I don't need human contact. That a little work on something every day makes a huge difference over a couple of months. That the AI is taking us down a path of ruin. That despite all those things my parents lead me to believe, I can be successful. I bought my first house this year, reconnected with a good friend and am starting a business with her. It's been rough having 0 breaks from my kids and they're missing out on socializing and preschool, but we have grown closer and they're learning a new resilience that I never learned. I'm proud of them and myself. How parents can be really ignorant and oblivious to logic because of fear and personal beliefs. That I was right not to trust anybody. 1. I need to have my own home. 2. Not interacting with the OZ and people drains my batteries. 3. I love to cook. Shit's fucked. Be nice to each other. In the end, the only one looking out for you is yourself. That even if you are the most careful person in the world, things will absolutely go wrong and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Work from home is even better than I thought it would be. You have to put the effort in yourself to maintain work/life balance, because when you have the capability to work from your bedroom, your employer won't stop providing work until you say you're done for the day. People suck. That half of America is perfectly fine with taking children from their parents, packing them into concentration camps for tens of times what is legal, denying them their basic human rights, subjecting them to constant sexual assaults and rape, and forced sterilization of the women. All because their parents crossed some imaginary line in the sand. Hitler is here, and was in office. And half of the country clapped and cheered. We are really stupid, and I'm surprised we reached this far as a race. Human are selfish. Anti-maskers. Human need socialization, human are social creatures and need interaction with folks. Isolation has been hard for many. The planet will continue on if we wipe ourselves out. Early pandemic where we all shut down. If you have a pet, friend, or family member that you love, try and see them as often and make memories as often, since life is short and fleeting. A beloved family pet passed away shortly after getting sick. In a span of 1 month he passed away. I thought he was gonna live another 10 years tbh. I'm still mourning and grieving his loss. I'm vulnerable, unhappy with certain aspects of my life, and that's okay. I'm still here and I can make a change. Been dealing with my depression and anxiety after a series of events that's been having me confront some hard truths. So many life stresses occurred at once out the blue. Murphy sucks. However, I'm bouncing back and re-evaluating aspects of my life that I could change. There are things you can't change, like a flooded apartment or a passing of a pet. However, I could work towards a career change and do things like let people/pets know I love them. Appreciate the little things in life and savor the good moments when they come by. I realized how much I love my fiancé, family, friends, and pet. I appreciate the life even for all its mishaps. Expect the unexpected. Stay calm. Bad things can seem good and good bad. That hindsight is 20/20ths. That even though I'm an introvert I still miss going to concerts, events and such. Sure, I have enjoyed working from home and having more time for myself, but I still miss going places, and I think that once this is over I will try to enjoy the moment rather than thinking about when I'm going home again. No job is worth working yourself into a permanent, possibly debilitating, injury. I've learned that no movie adequately captures a global crisis. I can't think of one disaster film where the B story is that a decent chunk of the population joins a cult and begins to worship an obese orange racist. Major instability apparently makes people fucking loopy. Fact is stranger than fiction. If a political party, you know which, pointed a gun at the entire population, 40% of my country would gladly stick the barrel in their mouths. That I have a serious problem with taking things for granted. 2 friends that were like sisters to me passed away this year, one of a pre-existing illness, I'm not sure if it was her cystic fibrosis or the cancer that came as part of it, and one at 21 years old from COVID, despite having no pre-existing conditions or risk factors. All I can think about is all of the times I could have called, could have talked to them. All the plans we never got to do and all of the things left unfinished. I always just assumed there would be time. I've learned that growing up as a loner, and focusing on hobbies that only involve me, has really helped my mental stability. I don't have any desire to go out to the bar, or to go out and eat. I have my video games, my 3D printer, my motorcycles, and my books. I could do this another year if I have to. That love you think lasts forever? No, it doesn't. It does not feel good to get fucked by a furry. Some people are so ungrateful to not be infected. That life is so fragile, yet so strong. It can crumble completely and then be rebuilt from ruins within a matter of months. I really do hate middle school kids. And high school kids. College kids are chill. Makes me remember the Ron Swanson quote, "People are idiots, Leslie. Don't save gift certificates." Just how terrible working in an office full of cubicles is compared to working from home. It taught me that the outgoing president is far worse than the first 3 years taught me. That my job is not actually that bad when I can do it from home. You mean absolutely nothing to your workplace. How dangerously easy is for people to forget common sense. We truly are a terrible species. We're all fucked. There's very little you can do to control the world around you, but you can control how you behave in response to them. I can't control the fact that my uncle is a fucking idiot who thinks mask mandates are oppression, but I can control what I say in response so my mom doesn't get annoyed at me for stirring the pot. There are far more racist people than I knew existed. Trust no one. Just how many fucking idiots there really are in this world. Like holy fuck, some people are just genuinely born stupid fucking idiots, aren't they? That people I considered as friends were actually not. It can always get worse, and only worse. I don't have enough food stockpiled for a surprise zombie apocalypse. Also, something nasty must be going on in people's toilets for toilet rolls to be one of the main things to sell out. I dislike living alone. I have been living alone for 3 years vs 1 year with my ex, and I prefer living with a loved one. Pandemics aren't necessarily a good time to have heart surgery. No matter how bad the day, there is always something to FAP to. The amount of people who are okay with risking not only your life, but the lives of themselves and their loved ones because them darn masks infringe on my rights as N Murigan is way too goddamn high, and my faith in humanity is at an all-time low. I've also learned just how many mental breakdowns and panic attacks I can have in 1 month before being hospitalized, and just how low humanity can go. But, on the other hand, I've also seen a lot of people do amazing things. I've seen people come together out of the kindness of their hearts to help us through this horrible year, and I've learned just how kind and giving some of my friends can be. All in all, this year has been a mess, and whilst the negative, horrible events may get the news coverage, there's an equal amount of good happening. Just gotta look harder to find the good. Thank you for watching the video. Welcome to Reddit Wisdom. Here you will learn the wisdom of the crowd, the wisdom of Reddit. Please consider subscribing for more Reddit wisdom.